Hey guys, so today in this video I'm going to show you how to make a duct tape paper wallet. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Was requested, and also sorry that it's so long, and hopefully I explained everything good. I hope you liked the video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the tutorial. The things you'll need are cutting mat, of course, a ruler. I'm using a UB ruler. I just recently purchased it and I really like it for duct taping. And you will also need a craft knife, a ID plastic that is cut to 3 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, a piece of scrapbook paper, preferably a 12 by 12 inch piece, or 2 8.5 by 11 pieces, a gift card or old credit card, clear tape, and also your choice of color or pattern to cover the wallet in with like trims and stuff. So basically I've cut 2 strips of my chrome tape that are 8 inches long, and then I've also cut a piece of scrapbook paper that is 8 inches long by 3 inches wide. And then we're just going to place the piece of chrome tape on there, and make sure you have a 1/4 inch sticky on top, and this is just going to be the trim. So I like to do a 1/4 inch trim, but you can do whatever width you would like. So we're just going to fold over that top part and just smooth it out and everything. Now then we're just going to set it aside, and we're also going to set the other piece of chrome tape aside. You could also cut this piece later, but I just set it aside for later. Next, cut 2 pieces of clear tape that are 8 inches long, and then overlap them so that they're 3 inches wide. Now then we're just going to flip it so that it's sticky side up, and then we're just going to overlap it with our chrome tape. And you don't have to have any sticky on the outer edges of this, so you can just put it on there and then trim off the excess. So here I'm just taking my ruler to cut off all of the extra sticky on the outer edges. Then here's what it looks like. This is the chrome side and this is the clear tape side. Now I have cut 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that are 3 3/4 inches long by 3 inches wide, and these are going to be our hidden pockets. Now I'm clear taping the outside, making sure to have at least a 1/4 inch of sticky on all 4 sides. This helps so that the paper won't fade, color, or anything like that. So now we're just going to cut little boxes out of all 4 corners. So my scrapbook paper doesn't matter which way it goes, like it can go upside down or right side up, you can't really tell the difference. So if yours is like that, then you can fold over the left or right side of the clear tape. If it has to go a certain way, make sure it's facing the right way, and you're going to fold over the left side piece of clear tape for the right hidden pocket and the right side of piece of clear tape for the left hidden pocket. So hopefully that makes sense, and if it doesn't, you can leave your questions down below and everything like that. So for this one, this will be the right hidden pocket, and I folded over the left piece, as you can see. Now cut 2 strips of clear tape that are 3 3/4 inches long and cut one of them in half. Then taking the one that isn't cut in half, we're going to place that at the bottom inside of our hidden pocket. Again, this just makes the paper more durable and kind of helps to be a little bit waterproof and everything. Then taking one of the strips that we cut in half, we're just going to set one aside, or you can trash one and then place the other one on the hidden pocket. Now then we have our hidden pocket done, and I'm going to repeat these same exact steps to the other piece of paper to make another hidden pocket. Now then, to make the credit card pockets, cut 3 strips of paper, or however many credit card pockets you want, that are 3 3/4 inches long by 2 inches wide. To make your trim, cut 1 strip of tape that is 4 1/4 inches long, and I cut it a little longer so it's easier to get straighter trims. Now we're just going to cut that strip of tape in half, and then cut those 2 half pieces in half again to make 4 strips of tape. Now we're just going to line up our card pocket onto the 1/4 inch mark, or whatever width of trim you usually do. Then we're just going to put the piece of chrome tape down, and then just cut off the excess and fold over the top part over, so that way it makes a nice rounded edge. And now we're going to do that to the other 2 card pockets and the piece of ID plastic. Now then, we're just going to clear tape the trim. So I've cut 2 strips that are 3 3/4 inches long, and then cut them in half. Now we're going to put the pieces of clear tape on the trims, and this just helps to keep dirt and stuff out of the duct tape. And I just use my fingernail to smooth out any air bubbles, and also just to smooth out the clear tape, but you can also use an old gift card or credit card. So then we're just going to flip it over and fold over the excess to the back. Now we're going to do that to the other 3 credit card pockets. Now we have to clear tape the paper pockets, because otherwise it might rip or something. So we're going to cut 3 strips of clear tape that are 8 inches long, and we're just going to place them onto the card pocket. And I have trimmed down my clear tape to be 1.5 inches wide instead of 1.88 because it makes it a little easier, and that way you don't have any extra tape hanging off the edge or anything. So then we're just going to fold over the 2 side pieces of clear tape to the back because we have to clear tape the whole entire card pocket to make it more durable and to make it somewhat waterproof, as I said before. And then we're just going to do this to the other 2 card pockets. Now then, our card pockets are done, and this is what they look like. They're nice and durable now. So now then, we're just going to make it so that we can attach our card pockets to the hidden pockets. So cut a strip of your tape that is 3 3/4 inches long, then cut it in half, and then cut those 2 half pieces in half again. So then we're just going to take one of the pieces and place it on the bottom of the card pocket and do the same thing to the other 2 card pockets and the piece of ID plastic. Now then, we're just going to place our card pockets onto our hidden. So the left hidden, which is the one that you folded the right piece of clear tape over with, you're going to place the 3 credit card pockets on, and you want to make sure that you get them straight, and also that the top card pocket, the credit card doesn't hang over, so you can just check that. Then we're going to cut 2 strips of clear tape that are 3 3/4 inches long, and then cut them in half, and just place those on the inside of the credit card pockets to cover the sticky. Now we're going to do the same thing, only with the ID plastic, again making sure that's straight, and also clear taping the sticky in the bottom. Now cut a strip of chrome tape that is about 3 3/8 inches long, then just place that in the middle of the billfold with the side that has the clear tape. You want to make sure and put it on the side with the clear tape and not the chrome tape or whatever color or pattern that you use. So now that we're going to place the hidden on, and you just want to kind of line it up, make sure that you put the credit card pockets on the left side unless you want them opposite, which you should have probably done earlier. But anyways, put the credit card pockets on the left hand side and then cut a piece of clear tape that's 3 inches and then cut it in half and place it in the bottom of the hidden pocket. And make sure that you put the credit card pockets right side up, obviously, but the way you know is because the piece of chrome tape we just put in the middle of the billfold, you want to make sure that the piece we folded over, that's going to be the top because it has the rounded edge instead of a raw edge. So that's how you tell what the top and bottom is. And I should have shown it clearer, but I totally forgot to. And also, you just see me put the 2 pieces of clear tape down on the top and bottom of the hidden pocket. You don't want to do that because I kind of screwed up, so I had to end up undoing that. But just put the hidden pocket on and then just fold over the little piece of clear tape, not the tops and bottoms. Now cut a piece of chrome tape that's 3 inches long and then cut it in half. And then you just want to take one of the half pieces, line up your hidden pocket and everything, and I like to overlap it to be 3/8 inches. And this is just going to secure the ID plastic down and also the credit card pockets, so that way you actually have credit card pockets and they're not opened or anything. So I just like to put my ruler on the 3/8 inch mark and then just place that piece of tape down and then fold over the excess to the other side of the hidden pocket. This is why you don't want to fold over the top and bottom pieces of clear tape now, because you won't be able to do this part, obviously. So now I'm going to flip the hidden over and then fold over the top and bottom pieces of clear tape this time. So yeah, actually, true story, I had to do this 3 different times because I kept screwing up, because apparently I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So yeah. Now we're going to do the same exact thing to the other hidden pocket. And this is what it should look like, and this is the inside of your billfold, obviously. Now I cut a piece of chrome tape that was 8 inches and then cut it in half, and we're just going to place this at the bottom of the scrapbook paper wallet, I guess, the outside part of your wallet, and we're just going to overlap that again to be 1/4 inch or whatever width you did for the top. Obviously, as you can see, we already did the top earlier. So now we're just going to place that on the bottom, and don't fold any of the sticky over because that's what's going to secure our 2 billfolds together. Now place your inside part of your billfold onto the outside part of your wallet, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just put them together and then you fold over that piece of chrome tape, or obviously whatever color or pattern yours is. And before I actually did this, I ended up trimming it down a bit so that it wouldn't be so wide. You could also do this when you fold it over, or like after you fold it over, but I just chose to do it before I did. So now then, you're going to sandwich your 2 billfolds together and then fold over that piece of tape. Now take that 8-inch piece of chrome tape that we set aside earlier if you cut it thin, and we're going to place that on the inside of the wallet to cover up the sticky as well as the little bit of paper that was showing. Now cut a piece of tape that is 3 1/4 inches and then cut it in half, and this is what's going to secure the 2 sides of our billfold. So again, just kind of line it up and then make sure you put a 1/4 inch of trim on the outer edge, fold over the excess to the inside, and you will see that we have a little bit of overhang on the top part of our billfold. And I know it's kind of hard to see, it's a little kind of shadowy here, but there you can see it. And we're just going to cut that right where the two seams of the billfold meet, if that makes any sense. Hopefully by watching me you'll understand. And then you will see that it is in two separate pieces. So we're just going to fold over both of those to the inside of the billfold, and this just helps to make a rounded edge and makes your wall a little nicer and cleaner. So now we're going to do the same exact thing to the other side, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the fancy little slits for the hidden pockets. And this is the fancy slits that BL Duct Tape Designs does, and I will leave her tutorial down below because I'm not as good at explaining it as she did, but basically you just take the credit card and put it at the bottom of the hidden pocket and then slant it upwards and then cut it and then fold over the excess to the inside. And you're probably like, what did you just say? But don't worry, I zoom in on it when I do the credit card pockets. So just hang in there and I do the credit card pockets for you guys so you guys can see what I was talking about. But anyways, go ahead and if you want to, I like to cut down my side pieces of tape to 3/8 of an inch if they're not already, because I think it just makes it look cleaner and nicer and stuff. So you can go ahead and do that right now if you want. So here is me doing the credit card pockets now. You take your gift card, you place the bottom part of the gift card where the credit card pocket actually like ends, and then you slant it upwards a bit, and then you cut it, and then you open up the credit card pocket and fold over that little piece of tape to the inside. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, I'll link the tutorial down below if I can find it and if I remember. Before you cut the slits on the credit card pockets, you should clear tape your wallet, but I just kind of forgot. So anyways, cut 2 or 3 strips of clear tape that are 9 inches long. It just kind of depends. I usually do 2 strips of clear tape that are 9 inches long and then one that's 8 inches sometimes, but it just kind of depends on how I clear tape it. So place it on there, use a credit card to smooth it out and get rid of any air bubbles or anything, and then just cut 2 boxes out of the top corners. Then we're just going to fold over the 2 side pieces of clear tape, and this is why you should cut the card slits after you do this, because what I had to do was go through the clear tape where I had cut the chrome tape, if that makes any sense, and fold over the clear tape to the inside of the credit card pocket, so that way my credit card would be able to fit in there. And you guys probably have no idea what I'm even talking about, so hopefully by watching me you'll understand. I'm really bad at explaining things. So now we're just going to fold over the top piece of clear tape to the inside of the billfold. And we're just going to finish clear taping the rest of our wallet. And then the bottom piece I just put on and then cut off the excess and then just folded it over. And again, I had to recut the slits in the hidden pockets as well. So now your wallet is officially finished, and you guys are probably ready for me to shut up now. So here's what the inside of the wallet looks like really quickly. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it. And I know I'm really bad at explaining things, and I do my absolute best. So I hope you guys liked the video anyway. Subscribe, share, and favorite. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.